from Inoue. This is a fearsome flurry, and he's got him with
drawing comparisons to his hero Mike Tyson and highly acclaimed praise from the legend himself.
He's vicious. Monster.
It's easy to see why. The undefeated Naoya Inoue, in 13 years, has engraved his name along with the greatest figures in the history of boxing. Sending his unfortunate opponents on brutal trips to the Shadow Realm without second guessing. And brutally crushing his opponent's organs to the point of failure. It's finally time to take a dive into the career of the Japanese monster, who is carrying the pride of Japan with him. This is Fighting is Cool, let's go. Born in Zama, Kanagawa, Japan, on April 10th, 1993, Inoue was introduced to the sweet science through his father, Shingo, who is also a former boxer, but was not so popular. From the beginning, at the age of 8, he trained under the guidance of his father at the local Ohashi gym, with his father emphasizing discipline, technique, and mental fortitude in him.
Of a fighter, so that means it's in his disposition, it's in his earliest training, it's the way that he looks at himself.
Inoue tore through the amateur ranks, sending opponents to the Shadow Realm one by one. He racked up 7 amateur titles while only a teenager.
Zoirov of Uzbekistan.
In July 2012, at the age of 19, Inoue put the world on notice and faced an open professional test against the reigning Japanese champion at the time, Krisan Omayao, and looked to impress his dad and Ohashi gym chief, Hideyuki Ohashi. He started with his trademark double jab before the big left hook. The destructive shots were now in array. Then he released a big right hand that made his opponent shiver in his timbers. In round 4, Inoue adopted Gordon Ryan's liver steak recipe. And his opponent rolled around the canvas as if his liver had turned to dust. In January 2013, in his second pro fight, Inoue stepped up a level and made light work of Thai national champion Ngao Prajan Chuatana, opening up with jabs that sound like baseball bats being swung at full speed, and missed slightly with the demolishing left hook. But the next one wouldn't miss. Once opponent saw he was losing the chess match, the poor dude tried to rush at Inoue but met his doom. A perfect left hook sent the Thai champion crumbling like a truck had crashed into him. The youngster continued to gain momentum, and Inoue's third pro fight took place in April 2013 against Yuki Sano. Still young, Inoue was perfecting his killer combinations. Powerful right hands reduced his enemy's life bar. Inoue feinted a left body shot before going upstairs to land a left hook that disconnected Yuki Sano's legs from his brain. He survived the barrage that followed. During the barrage, Inoue injured his right fist when his right straight hit Sano's head. After that, Inoue was unable to land a right punch and was forced to fight with just his left hand. Inoue was now starting to double up on the devastating left hook. Another left hook made his enemy do the chicken dance. Inoue then showed no mercy and unleashed heavenly destruction. Combining rhythm to strikes, Inoue made his rival dance around the ring, forcing him to cling to consciousness. Inoue had cut his enemy badly, and blood was now starting to pour into Sano's eyes. After a flurry in the 10th round, the referee saved Sano a couple years of his fighting career and ended the beatdown. Once Inoue's hand healed, he fought for the Japanese throne. Every Wonder Kid prospect needs to be given a serious test at some point to see if they are the real deal or just smoke and mirrors. In August 2013, in his 5th pro fight, Inoue faced the Japanese champion and a world-ranked fighter, Ryoichi Taguchi. What we saw was a bout between men looking to make a point. Taguchi was trying to say that he was one of the best in Japan and that he deserved a world title fight. Inoue, on the other hand, was trying to prove that he deserved the hype and that he really was destined for great things. It was a rampage from the onset. Unlike other Inoue's fights, he was getting torched. But Inoue will not be bullied, even though it is only his 4th fight. This fight tested Inoue's resilience, and he had to go to a deep place. Taguchi punched Inoue like never before. But eventually, Taguchi blew his wad, and Inoue won the Japanese title by unanimous decision. After this fight, Inoue would level up on his boxing defense, promising never again to concede such an amount of punches. Once Inoue seized the title, what followed was one of the greatest runs in the history of boxing. On his next title quest, Gerson Mancio was the man to step up to face Inoue for the vacant OPBF light flyweight title, a decision he would later regret. Mixing preciseness with savageness, Inoue ravaged his opponent. The release of artillery didn't subside in the next round. Inoue wreaked havoc with the right hand and putting his entire body into combinations. When Mancio was at the edge of the abyss, Inoue worsened his situation with a clean 1-2. Mancio fought back with a right hand that Inoue didn't react to. But for every effort, he got punished in return.
ただちょっと川島さん、
ここはやっぱね、これしっかりガードして抜けてボディに入ってましたよ。
戦も交えて、そしてこのマンションを取りました。ここも
そうできた。隙を狙ってそこを打ちましたね。
The phone booth brawl will soon escalate into a crime scene.
ここも接近戦から、そして少し距離を取るか。
Bouncing Mancio's head around the ring like ping pong, Inoue confounded his rival, giving him no breathing space.
ここで右出てきたところにうまく右を。
Having toyed with his opponent for 5 rounds, Inoue decided to end the fight with 10 seconds to go.
さらに出せるか。さらに右。残り30秒。さらに右が出る。世界に向けこのラウンドさらにダッシュを重ねる。ここでレフェリーが試合を止めます。
Justifying comparisons with the legendary Manny Pacquiao, in September 2014, Inoue faced Samartlek Kokietjim at the Yoyogi National Gymnasium, resulting in a big turnout where thousands of Japanese fans gathered to watch the new superstar defend his belt for the first time, still sporting a long hair and a boyish look. From the onset, Inoue looked to terminate his opponent fast. After landing close to 100 significant strikes to the head of Samartlek. In the 4th round, Inoue surgically threaded through his opponent's defense and dropped him.
นี่แหละครับโอ้โหเด็กคนนี้ใจเกินร้อยครับจะโดน 3-4 หมัดเมื่อสักครู่นี้ครับโดนหน้าผมว่าพอทนไหวแต่โดนโอ้ย
The bell signaled a round stoppage, saving Samartlek from being folded into a heap, but not for long.
จะหมดยกใกล้หมดยกแล้วบล็อกไว้ก่อนโอ้ยโต้โดนทีนึงเอาแลกไปเลยครับวัดไปเลย
One of Inoue's body shot was loading up the pain, and once Samartlek felt the pain, he bowed tech the canvas.
โอ้ยคราวนี้เอาบ้างโอ้โหตัดลำตัวแม่จุกแล้วนะครับโอ้โห
And he would once again be saved by the bell.
ลงไปเลยก็ชุดหลังทำการจะยุติหรือเปล่าครับเอาสวนยังมีสวนครับ
Inoue won by TKO in the 11th round at 1 minute and 8 seconds, successfully defending his title for the first time. Refusing to show mercy, Inoue had turned his rival to a walking corpse, and showing mercy would be in the hands of the referee.
โอ้ยอย่างตัวนี่แหละครับโดนย้ำเข้าไปครับ
After this fight fans started asking Inoue to fight in the United States, with his management teasing the prospect. 2 days before 2016, Inoue defended his WBO junior bantamweight title against the #1 contender Warlito Paredes. This one wouldn't last long. Not wasting any time, Inoue went straight to business.
その動きは村田さんどうご覧になりました？
スピードありますね。ピッチャー強いんだぞってところで威嚇してますね。
右から左。
Having no response, his opponent smiled, not knowing what his future awaits.
この辺りは井上尚弥まだ第1ラウンドですがどう感じているのか。今はガードの内ジャブからまたワンツースリーガードの上からですがうわものすごい力強いまだ右入った
Taunting his opponent in his sleep.
その証立ち上がりますか。効いてるんじゃないですか。もうダメだ。
Inoue welcomed him back to his feet by raining hell on the still dizzy Paredes.
ワンツー左
Inoue had delivered a complete demolition in 2 rounds in front of his home crowd.
ダメだもう立ち上がることはできません。
At this point, Inoue needed no introductions, and in May 2016, Inoue faced his WBO challenger David Carmona.
はい右のストレート井上強烈まだ第1ラウンドです左です早くも相手はローテ際
In the 2nd round, he hit Carmona's temple with a right straight and injured his right hand, and had to continue the destruction with the left hand.
ガードを固めた相手を築いていた不動の王者とも思われた圧倒的な格の違いをこのスーパーフライ級で見せつけて左のジャブを右足伸ばしてきます。村坂と井上このヒット使い方がうまいんですよね。
However, he went on to win the fight by unanimous decision and successfully defend his title for the 2nd time. Inoue made the 3rd successful defense of his WBO title when he collided with Pechbong-born Kokietjim, a boxer with over 40 wins in the pro ring. Inoue started out quickly and battered Kokietjim's face in at the opening rounds.
この左のジャブガードを固めてワンツー
Inoue took his foot off the gas pedal, which gave Kokietjim some opportunities to land.
そして帰っていくことになりました。そして3です左のアッパーを放っていきました。飛び込んでのさあコンビネーション
But that all changed soon.
無理に打ちに行く拳を痛めてしまってですね。
それやっぱり打つところ
大したものだと褒めてやりたかったという選手、この日、このような動きですけれども、ちょっと攻められているシーンがありますが、この選手はどういうふうに打ってますか。そして左のジャブをちょこんと当ててワンツー、左ボディ。
ジャブが非常にいいと思いましたね。
右アッパー、迎撃の右アッパー、いや左フックを放ってきた。
左フックを結構強靭にしてますよね。
By the 10th, when Inoue turned up the furnace and let his hands fly relentlessly, he staggered Kokietjim several times and ultimately dropped him with a right hand. The referee waved off the fight and saved him from being completely consumed by the monster.
さあここでまとめていきます。コンパクトにコンビネーションを打ち込んでいく35秒というところになっています。さあロープを背負わせるか。前に出る井上。さあチャンスを迎えた。ここでノックアウトを狙うか。
10秒。
In December 2016, Inoue's fourth defense would come against Kohei Kono. Kono was a two-time super flyweight champion and a name Inoue needed on his record. Kono stepped into his fight with Naoya Inoue, having never been stopped. Well, not this time. Inoue knocked the former WBA champion down with a left hook in the sixth.
続けていこうという声が飛んでいました。そしてまた前に出ます。河野が前に出てきた。
Before knocking him silly with a combination. His vaunted right hand finished the deal, sending Kono down on the ropes for the finish. Kono had completed a trilogy of clean-cut performances by Inoue in 2016. In May 2017, Inoue took center stage, facing number 2 contender Ricardo Rodriguez, in another champion versus contender clash over his WBO super flyweight champion. Rodriguez had won 4 straight overall and crunched his last opponent. This was an opponent meant to be a tough fight, but what Inoue had in store was unexpected. Like most of Inoue's opponents, Rodriguez swung hard, looking to end the affair with the monster quickly.
はい、メキシコ人らしく積極的に攻めますね。特に右ストレート選手ですね。
現在アメリカ国籍ですが、メキシカンボクサーということになります。リカルド・ロドリゲス。
この時ですね。
これですね。距離を縮めて左から右。ここは井上はガードを固めて。
But the natural order soon proceeded, and Inoue started to open up.
しっかり守って打って思ってしまいますよね。
Inoue was now starting to see his opponent's every move more clearly.
ちょっと戦いにくいところもあるのかなと想像されますね。これですね。じゃあ瀬尾さんなかなかかいくぐれないですかね。
左ストレート
を伸ばされてきましたロドリゲス。
The trademark 1, 2, and a left hook landed smooth, but Rodriguez refused to go down.
あらゆるテクニック兼ね備えている日本。
During the rounds, Inoue had gotten the perfect technical advice of throwing the left hook more often so as to crush his rival complete. 30 seconds into the third round, Rodriguez was sat on his butt. And another knockdown was orchestrated with the left. Rodriguez couldn't beat the count, and that was the end of his journey of painful torture. Now, 14-0, Inoue booked his first fight outside of Japan in California, US. But his opponent Antonio Nieves felt Inoue was untested since he had not fought outside of his home country of Japan.
Has he really been tested? Like, all his fights been in Japan. Half of them were at 108. Fighting guys that stand right in front of him. Everything went his way. He's at home, lower weight class. So
from the onset, Inoue teed off with jabs.
Exceeded only by Gennady Golovkin, and that, of course, underlines the fact that is all behind the jab, like you just mentioned. So that's definitely an asset. Nieves is quite aware that he's up against a guy who's what he's supposed to say. That represents a great opportunity.
Right things. I just don't know if he can translate that physically.
Tries to deliver the body.
Inoue did a great job. His feints and punch with Inoue to get his shot in there first. Inoue has had his way so far, so he wants to make him uncomfortable.
Inoue converted cheers from the American audience to rhythmic strikes and started to land the shots that his opponent would feel weeks later.
It's been a little bit wide. but you can see the force.
A huge right hand behind the guard was followed by a crunching left to the body.
Goes downstairs and comes back, having his feet flat on the canvas and maximizing the power. Nieves with that hard right hand off the jab. Nieves trying to come back with some body shots.
Antonio tried to bite back and make it a phone booth brawl, but realized he was facing no paper champion. The further the bout went, the murkier things looked for the challenger.
A little bit. Left hand to the body. Placement rather than power. Now combinations.
In the third, the 24-year-old Inoue released heavy artillery to the head and body with lightning speed.
Round 3 of a schedule 12. You can see that Harold Letterman, unofficially, not surprisingly,
In that last round, and he wants to test him to see how hurt he still is.
You see why he's called the monster.
when a guy has something you occasionally see Gennady Golovkin do. He saw that to give it a little bit lift over the top and get it down to the base.
Ability to avoid punches and doesn't always use kind of classic technical defense.
Inoue was making a statement showing to the world that the hype about him was real.
Will be a problem down the stretch if he continues to fight in his early to mid-30s. He'll have to make those.
When he throws it. Oh,
and it said if it wasn't his plan to do so.
Absolutely.
He's a pick-em type puncher until he gets his guy. Inoue has to put Nieves away here in this round or next because it's a lot.
In the fifth stanza, a thumping left hook to the food basket and another left hook on the button made Nieves take a knee in respect.
Somewhere to hide in the ring, and he can't and lands a body shot on an authority.
One or two more of those, he could end this fight, Jim. Inoue has him ready to go to the body. Yup, there it is.
The American returned to his feet and survived till the final bell.
Exactly. On the band and the body right now. He'll protect the head, but the
and there's another one. Anything. Another left hook to the body. Inoue listening to what Max Kellerman and Andre Ward say. Another left hook to the body. Another left hook to the body.
Only throwing one hook at a time. And what Andre did against Kovalev is
dropping bombs to all levels. The one-sided domination continued in the sixth round as the Japanese pressed forward relentlessly.
A little bit of inexperience from Inoue, only having 13 fights.
Right to the body, and Nieves looked at him like, wait a minute, you're allowed to do that.
Another left hook to the body. Listen to the sound when those left-hand body shots land.
At this point, it was Inoue's turn to taunt his opponent.
To his side right there. That's why you got to switch it up. If you want that shot, you got to go away and then come back to it.
And with the chance to put on a show now from me in the ring. Come to me. Come to me. I'm ready for the knockout right now.
The referee has to keep a close look on Nieves. Only going to get worse as this fight progresses.
Big right hand to the body
from Inoue.
What a vicious.
At the end of the round, the American's corner came to his rescue and ended the fight.
Trainer Joseph Delguide has a decision to make. And he has made the decision.
For the first time, Inoue was added to the pound-for-pound rankings at number 9. Looking to retain his WBO junior bantamweight title for his next fight, Inoue faced Yoan Boyo, who vowed to stay away from the bludgeoning hooks, and yet that was too hard of a task, opening up with the patented left hook. Every punch landing sounded and weighed like cement bags. A fierce exchange happened, and in the exit, Yoan was touched by Inoue's holy left hand, and he fell stiff like he had been struck by lightning. Yoan was saved by the bell from complete evisceration by Inoue. In the third round, Inoue put pressure to the gas, upping the tempo. A big left hook to the body got the adulation of the fans. The next one would find the button, shredding Yoan's liver to pieces and forcing him to take a knee. Surging the following onslaught would be impossible, as Yoan folded faster than snowman on a sunny day in the Middle East. Now, a global star, Inoue went up to bantamweight to collide with the British Jamie McDonnell, who held the WBA bantamweight title. McDonnell made fun of Inoue and tried to ridicule the Japanese fighter's name, acting as if a 5-letter name was too difficult to pronounce.
Was it you didn't know who he was?
I didn't. I still don't even know I can't pronounce his first name. I just call him Inoue, yeah.
Finally, the time came for proper introductions, and in just a few minutes, McDonnell will know a bit too much about Inoue. The 6-foot Brit tried to intimidate Inoue with jabs.
You see from McDonald just keeping it long.
But Inoue had no trepidation taking on giants, and it didn't take long for Inoue to break through the range of McDonnell and introduce himself.
Taking away back into the ropes there. Just stepped up from super flyweight.
Unleashing multiple combos, Inoue was now finding a home for every punch.
Close that there is. Grounded at the moment, heavy left, top of the head there, and his legs seem a little bit shaky here, a minute and a half.
If McDonnell couldn't pronounce Inoue's name, he was now familiar with the fighter called the Monster. After Inoue let the sledgehammers fly against the ropes, the second knockdown was the end of the fight.
Down to McDonnell, sags into the ropes again, and Louis Pabon, the referee, has inside the first round. Jamie McDonnell has been blown away.
He participated in the World Boxing Super Series, a bantamweight tournament, where he would meet other world champions. At the draft gala on the 20th of July, Inoue chose to defend his WBA title against former WBA undisputed bantamweight champion Juan Carlo Payano in the quarterfinal of the For the Ali Trophy decider. Inoue wouldn't make it a long night. From the onset, it was Payano who took the role of aggressor.
20-second professional bout tonight.
What happened next was more than what everyone in the arena had bargained for. A quick and destructive one, too, sent Payano on a journey straight to the Shadow Realm with no stops.
In its nascent stages was all she wrote.
Inoue retained his belt and boxing series. Inoue became the first fighter to stop Payano, and the knockout was later voted the Ring Magazine Knockout of the Year. Now 18-0. The semi-final took place in May 2019 against Emmanuel Rodriguez, a guy with an all-time and uncrackable chin, whose chin Inoue would soon lose open. At the pre-fight workouts, Rodriguez's trainer aggressively shoved Inoue's father, Shingo Inoue, who is also Inoue's trainer. Inoue stood with his arms folded, knowing he would unleash hell on his fighter in less than 24 hours. As they faced off, Inoue's vengeful motive could be seen. From the get-go, Rodriguez went on the offensive, posing to be a real threat.
George Rodriguez getting things done quickly.
Rodriguez started coming forward, which is pretty interesting.
Same knockout ratio, he's won all set.
The Monster was now ready to release his own ammunition.
In my opinion, is his toughest fight to date.
It is off his feet. Big came back with a flurry of his own. Toe-to-toe action, first Dracula. Oh, that's almost a macho battle in these first 35-40 seconds. Good sinking.
Inoue diced the liver and turned his opponent's ribs to mush.
Oh, big shot to the body.
An accident at one, and in a way just wanted to fight on.
And went upstairs.
Punches have come from Inoue, and I think
he's lasted the round though, Manny.
For the first time in his career, Rodriguez tasted the floor.
For this fight, and he's got into from Inoue. This is a fearsome flurry, and he's got him
held to get up there from that. Oh, what a shot, and that big long.
Once back to his feet, Inoue sliced up Rodriguez's liver and closed the show with a body shot.
Again is Rodriguez. Here comes Inoue.
The look on Rodriguez's face was one of someone who might have suffered broken ribs from the punches. Inoue won Rodriguez's IBF title and the vacant The Ring bantamweight titles. For the first time in his professional career, Rodriguez was pulverized, joining the long list of those who the Monster has forced to need medical treatment. Finally, in the final of the bantamweight series, Inoue clashed against the dangerous veteran Nonito Donaire, a devastating puncher who has destroyed dozens of young men even in his old age. In this fight, Inoue will show his best weapon, his granite chin. It was warfare from the first round. Donaire matched Inoue's energy and threw his own devastating punches. In round 2, Donaire broke Inoue's orbital bone. only for Inoue to show he's more than just power.
フェイントを含めて賢く動くようにという指示が出てますね。相手はカットしているけれども油断しないようにという指示です。
Neither man was willing to take a step back or surrender.
このラウンド井上選手狙ってるのかな。この井上サイドですけど、井上選手という、
本当に最強を決める戦いです。右のストレート井上尚弥。
選手相手にそれができるかどうかは分からないですけど。
Amidst a barrage of damage, each round, Donaire came closer to landing cleanly.
井上選手のこの下半身、危ない危ない出てるんですけど、非常に
タイミングを作ろうという話をしてい
たところにもう一度。
In round 9, an overhand counter hit him right on the chin, and it's the only time we have seen him get visibly rocked.
だと思いますね。見方によって大きく変わってくるとは思うんですけど。
And even then, his first instinct was to slip because he knew that a left hook was coming.
その能力が自分の最大の武器だと。
In round 11, a blitzing left hook to the body crushed Donaire's will to fight and made him look for a comfortable place to lie.
The home crowd now really get behind him. And a lovely left to the body. Lovely shot. I don't know what the ref's doing.
He made the count and would make a trip to the hospital later on.
And the referee says box on. Tries to hang on. Inoue opening up for the finish. He's working upstairs. Is he looking for one more big left to the body? It's a long, long time to survive in there for the old champion who's acquitted himself. So Donaire see out the round here. Digs that right hand into the body. Remarkable. He would have whipped himself into as good a shape. The moment now is for Inoue. It's just this where age and youth.
After 12 rounds, Inoue cleanly concluded business and won the fight by unanimous decision.
And unifies the WBA Super and IBF.
Donaire became one of the only fighters to avoid being grounded to pieces by the monster. After the fight, Inoue revealed he had suffered a broken orbital bone and a broken nose.
There's just so much credit that we have to give to both concepts.
The fight was awarded the Ring Magazine Fight of the Year. That's it for the monster. If you enjoyed this video and would love to see more videos on the interesting careers of fighters, subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to like and comment. Goodbye.